Yo, what's going on, guys? It is your boy Kimbo here, and it's time for an epic Bakugan deck profile video. We've got number 24. But yeah, it's funny because it's also my age, and yeah, we're at 24 deck profiles I've done, which is really crazy, man. 24 of them, and like I said, every single deck that I make, I don't deconstruct them. I just keep them stock and such. And because of that, some people say like, this certain deck might not be as good because like there are cards like that. I just haven't used. A lot of them I've used and such, and I keep them stock in the deck, which can be true, but it's also because, like, I have a lot of cards, and I'm not going to be that type of brawler that's going to leave a bunch of cards just sitting and rotting and such. There's a use for a lot of cards, but, it just depends on, like, which certain decks you make and such. And also, point number 2 is that not everybody has, like, some of the really good cards and such. Some people are just getting started with the game, and they might have, like, certain things that they can work with and might not have certain cards that they can work with. It's about making decks with maybe some common cards, because, like, they might have the common cards and such, but making some pretty decent decks, some fun decks, just even with common cards. So, yeah, the theme for this deck is Pyrus, Aquos, and Aurelus. So, yeah, 3 different factions in this deck. So, we've got Pyrus Mantinoid, B power 500 damage of 2, comes with a shield and also a Helix. So if you use like a Helix with like 600 or 500, you're talking about it being at like 1,000 or 1,100 straight out of the gate, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, just low damage with it, but you put some damage cards in it, definitely backs it up. Then we got Pegatrix here, Aquos Pegatrix, B power 500 damage of 2, lands on a shield, it gets plus 100 and plus 3. So if you use like a shield, a 300 B power shield, you're talking about it being at 900. If you use a 400 for it, which is kind of risky in this case, but use a 400 for it, then it'll be up to 1,000. But yeah, man, overall it's got 2 shields with it, which, shields are really nice. It's also kind of windy because obviously that fall weather, you can definitely feel it too. A little breezy out, but yeah, a little crisp breezy. But anyways, we got Aurelus Maxotor Ultra, B power of 600, damage of 1, and if it lands on a Helix, it gets plus 200 and plus 2. So literally 803 right away before the bonus of the Helix. And then if you put the Helix on it, you have like a Helix of like, what, 500? You're talking 1,300. 1,300 right away. Like 1,300 and maybe 2 damage. It might take 1 away because that's how the Helixes are. The Helixes are a little weird, but yeah, still 1,300 right away, like without even an Evo. So that's pretty wild, dude. So yeah, 2 Helixes in this deck, and then a lot of like shields with this. So yeah, overall it's pretty balanced. But yeah, so then we've got the Mantinoid right here, Pyrus Mantinoid. You can see it right there. And then we've got Aurelus Maxotor Ultra just being a boss. And then we've got Aquos Pegatrix right there. So yeah, man, overall, like I said, it's about making, like, some decks, like, that's what the deck profiles are for. Like, to hopefully inspire people out there, like, make their own decks and such. And like I said, my style is different than other people's style. People might use different cards for this, like, type of deck. If they use this deck, they might put in some different cards, like, it just depends on your play style, But I've got my own play style, and I'm very comfortable with my play style. And it also depends on, like, which Bakugan I'm using. But, yeah. Anyways, we've got the got a shield here, plus 300, really good one. Got another shield, another plus 300. Got the Helix, 500 minus 1, and then another shield plus 250. Then got another one, another plus 250, and then a Helix for plus 500 minus 1. So yeah, overall some pretty good cores with it. And yeah, you never know, maybe a Bakugan might have a good enough magnet to where it can pick up 2, which would be really wild in this case, because you're talking about a Bakugan getting like plus 500. Or even if this case, if it's 2 Helixes, if Maxotor is just like a boss and it picks up 2 Helixes somehow, some way, it gets 1,000. It might lose like 2 damage for that, but it gets 1,000. Then you have some cards in there to back it up, and yeah, it's a it's a force for sure, man. But yeah, I mean, it would be like 1,800 in that case, which would be really wild. But yeah, so for the cards, we got Dark Waters for plus some B power, and then you can reroll. Got a Quick Fire, so damage for 1 and then reroll. A lot of backup cards in here. Got Tides for plus 200 or Flow for plus 400. Got another Dark Waters in here. Liquid Strike to up that Frost Strike, because, cost the opponents more flip card, like more energy for flip cards. So if it originally is 0, this would put it up to 3. So yeah, they need 3 energy to use it. And then another Liquid Strike in there, because you control Liquid Strike for sure. Ice Barrier, plus 400. Got Tides. Got Greater Water Boost for plus 100. I think I got, yeah, there we go. Another Quick Fire. I almost lost that. Wreathen Flame, an AA card, plus 5 damage and 2 only to get it out, which is nice. Counter Aquos, flip card, Raging Seas +5, and then there's also some Aurelus power influence in here because like I have a few AA cards and I really like Aurelus power a lot, so you know, using it in this deck. So Aurelus power, you have an Aurelus Bakugan. This costs 2 less to play, so literally 2 and +5. So yeah, you get it out turn 2. Ash Cloud. Flip card, you know, Firestorm, +6, and Aurelus power, if you have an Aurelus Bakugan, +12, which that's really, really wild, dude. Like I said, that's a big damage card, and it's 4 energy to get it out. Not too bad. Got Body Breaker in here, Battle Mastery, you choose one, +300 or +4 for the damage. Then we got Lava Spray, +2, Aurelus power, having Aurelus Bakugan is +4. So +4 damage right away with like 1 energy, you know. Then Block Ventus flip card, Counter Aggression flip card, Constrictor flip card, got Hot Potato, removes the Bakugan and negates its effect, which that could be huge. Hurricane Winds +300, and then you can play an action card that costs 4 or less for free, which is really nice. Liquid Darts, +400, and if you have an Aurelus Bakugan, 2 less to play it, so literally turn 1 you can get +400B. Then we got Exhilarate. You could draw a card with that, you know, in case like get low on cards and such. Hyper Mantinoid, 703, also hollow, really, really awesome. And 2 to get it out. Brain Geyser, you draw remaining damage from the attack into your hand, like from your discard pile, you know, into your hand, which is really, really wild, man. So that'll definitely help out. All those cards can still be useful. Then we got Solitude, +1,000 if you have 1 open Bakugan. So even if you get a slow start, you know, you can get 1,000 Bs for that. Fire Boost for +400. Fireball for +3. Hyper Maxotor Ultra, 705, and if it lands on a Helix, you know, 303. So literally it would be like 1,008. Even with that, 1,507, and turn 2. So very, very useful. Wildfire, +400, Aurelus power, have an Aurelus Bakugan, +800 instead. Then +4, if you have the Fury, then the Double Strike, in case you don't have any cards, you know, like Drago's Fury can definitely help out, because like it ups that damage. Hyper Mantinoid, got another one. Got Hyper Pegatrix, 903, lands on a shield, 400, and +8. So you're talking 1,311. And then you land on like the shield too. You know, you have like 1,611, which is pretty crazy. Then another Hyper Pegatrix. Got Anger for +300, and then like with the Fury, you have no cards, then you could... Well, you have no cards in hand, you could draw 2, just in case you don't have any cards, you know. Another Hyper Maxotor Ultra, nice hollow. Then we got Ice Barrier for +400, Fire Boost for +400, and then last but not least, Phoenix Fire. Battle Mastery, you choose either +3 for the Frost Strike or the Double Strike. So, yeah, Aurelus cards, like I said, they're really, really fun because they just play with, like, some abilities of other factions, because that's the main thing about Aurelus. It includes, like, power of other factions, too, on top of just having, like, its own power, which is really, really awesome, dude. So you can tell, like, Aurelus' influence over the rest of the Bakugan. And they explain this kind of in the show, too, you know. Because, like, there's Vestroya and such in this generation of Bakugan and such. I'm not going to get too crazy in the details because I don't want to spoil anything. But, yeah, there's big Aurelus influence, like, with the show, especially as it goes on. You know, watching the show, I've been watching up to, like, episode 75. It's, like, the newest one. They haven't put out 77 further on yet. But once they do, you know, watch them. As soon as I see them drop, I'm going to watch them. But, yeah, man, just so awesome. Anyways, like I said, as these go along, it challenges myself as well, because it's not like, oh, you could use this typical card that's like really, really strong, that everybody knows is really, really strong, that you can get something out like straight away, like, you know, like a Dan Kuzo or any cards like that, you know what I mean? It focuses on the other cards that really make you think about your game. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to be that brawler that just has a bunch of cards that are just sitting and rotting and such. I've been sorting through all of my spares, because obviously, like with spare Evos and stuff, can't really use those because like they're spares, you know? So yeah, and I also have spare Bakugan. I'll be making a video really soon on that. Just need time to do so and sort through a few of the last things that I have. But yeah, like I said, especially these deck profiles now, they're for also, like, I know like the most competitive people will be like, okay, like this is a pretty decent deck profile, but it's mainly for those that, like, you know, don't have a ton of things, you know, like they might have like 3, 4, 5 Bakugan or not that many cards or anything, you know what I mean? Just using what you have in order to be able to make a deck, you know, because that's like the main thing, you know, just, you know, hopefully inspiring people out there to like make their own decks and such, and, you know, maybe make one that's like similar to this. I'd love to see that. But yeah, man, or any of the deck profiles that I made so far. But yeah, all I can say is I'm just so proud and like honored that I've even been able to make like 24 deck profiles thus far, and, you know, still got more to come. Once I get more Resurgence and obviously some Age of Aurelus, I'll be able to make more, because right now a few of the Bakugan I'm holding back on because I don't know how their Evos are, and I really want to incorporate their Evos with the decks. So yeah, some of them I could tell like they're gonna have like a certain evo, like do this because like, you know how high Aurelus Hydronoid is, we know with the fist and such, you know, those type of things, you know, you can tell what those evos are gonna be. But some you can't really tell or predict. But yeah, that's why I'm holding off on some of them. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this epic Bakugan deck profile number 24. And like I said, hopefully this cleared up things about like just my mentality with it. You know, it challenges me to like make awesome decks and like just fun decks and such as I go along too. Because like obviously the competitive side is important, but like, you know, it's about having fun with it too and just having a deck that's fun and just different. You know what I mean? It's like it's my same train of thought that I have for Beyblade. You know what I mean? Like obviously the competitive scene is really fun, but also just like, I mean, competitive scene's like important, but you know, just having fun with the game as well. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, till next time, it is your boy, Kimbo, signing off. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. Till then, stay awesome. And Bakugan Brawl! I'm up out of here. 24 deck profiles down.